Hey there, welcome to our channel. Are you someone who can't leave the house without checking if the stove is off? Or do you spend hours each day washing your hands? If you're nodding your head right now, then this video is definitely for you. We'll be sharing some helpful techniques for managing OCD symptoms that can be a real game changer for anyone struggling with this condition. Hey, it's us again, and today we're going to talk about something that affects millions of people worldwide: Obsessive-Compulsive Disorder, or OCD for short. OCD is a mental health condition characterized by intrusive thoughts, images, or urges that cause distress, as well as repetitive behaviors or mental acts aimed at reducing that distress. It can be challenging to live with, and that's why we want to share some tips and techniques to help you manage OCD symptoms in your personal development school. Did you know that OCD affects 1 to 2% of the global population? That means there's a high chance that you or someone you know is dealing with this condition right now. But don't worry, because with the right approach, you can gain control over OCD, have better mental health awareness, and live a fulfilling life. Cognitive techniques. We're now going to talk about cognitive techniques and how they can be used to gain control over obsessive thoughts. So, what exactly are cognitive techniques? Essentially, they are strategies that aim to change the way we think about and respond to situations. In the context of OCD, cognitive techniques focus on recognizing and challenging the intrusive thoughts that cause distress and trigger compulsive behaviors. One of the key components of cognitive techniques is learning how to recognize and challenge distorted thinking patterns. For example, many people with OCD struggle with catastrophic thinking, or imagining the worst-case scenario in every situation. This type of thinking can be incredibly distressing and lead to unnecessary anxiety and avoidance behaviors. By recognizing this pattern and challenging it with more realistic, balanced thoughts, people with OCD can start to break the cycle of anxiety and compulsions in their personal development school. Another common thinking pattern in OCD is black and white thinking, or the belief that things are either all good or all bad with no middle ground. This can lead to rigid thinking and inflexibility in dealing with uncertainty. Cognitive techniques, such as cognitive restructuring, can help to challenge this type of thinking and promote a more flexible, adaptive mindset. One powerful cognitive technique for managing OCD symptoms is mindfulness. Mindfulness involves paying attention to the present moment with an open, non-judgmental attitude. This can help people with OCD to observe their thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them, which can, in turn, reduce the urge to engage in compulsive behaviors. To implement cognitive techniques in daily life, there are a few strategies that can be helpful. One is to use positive affirmations, or statements that challenge negative thoughts and promote self-compassion. For example, if you find yourself thinking, "I'm a terrible person because I had a bad thought," you might challenge that thought with a positive affirmation like, "I'm a good person who is working hard to manage my OCD." This will dramatically improve your mental health awareness. Another technique is to gradually expose yourself to anxiety-provoking situations, starting with the least anxiety-provoking and working your way up. For example, if you have a fear of germs, you might start by touching a doorknob without washing your hands immediately afterward, and gradually work up to more challenging situations like using a public restroom. Behavioral techniques. You might be wondering how behaviors relate to OCD, but in reality, they play a significant role in maintaining and even exacerbating OCD symptoms. You see, people with OCD often engage in compulsions or avoidances in an attempt to manage their anxiety. For example, if someone has a fear of contamination, they might avoid touching certain objects or excessively wash their hands. While these behaviors provide temporary relief from anxiety, they ultimately reinforce the idea that the feared stimulus is dangerous, making it harder to break the cycle. So what are some behavioral techniques that can help with OCD? One of the most effective techniques is called habit reversal training. This involves identifying the specific compulsive behaviors that are causing distress and developing a plan to replace them with healthier habits. For example, if someone has a habit of constantly checking that the stove is turned off, they might replace this with a new habit of taking a picture of the stove after turning it off to reassure themselves. Another commonly used technique is exposure and response prevention therapy, ERP. This involves gradually exposing oneself to anxiety-provoking situations while refraining from engaging in compulsive behaviors. This helps the person learn that the feared situation is not as dangerous as they once thought and builds confidence in their ability to manage their anxiety. Finally, stimulus control is another behavioral technique that can be helpful in managing OCD. This involves making changes to one's environment to reduce the triggers for OCD behaviors. For example, if someone has a fear of contamination, they might avoid going to public restrooms. However, if they gradually expose themselves to public restrooms while practicing ERP techniques, they may eventually be able to tolerate these environments without experiencing significant anxiety. By using these behavioral techniques, people with OCD can break this cycle of compulsions and avoidances, reduce anxiety, and experience significant relief from their symptoms. Lifestyle techniques. Lastly, let's talk about lifestyle techniques. Sleep, exercise, and nutrition are all factors that can impact your mental health awareness and overall well-being. Lack of sleep, for example, can lead to increased anxiety and irritability, which can worsen OCD symptoms. Exercise, on the other hand, has been shown to reduce stress and improve mood, making it an important tool in managing OCD. To maintain a healthy lifestyle in your personal development school, it's important to prioritize good sleep hygiene. This means creating a relaxing bedtime routine and avoiding stimulants such as caffeine and electronics before bed. Incorporating physical activity into your daily routine can also help you manage your symptoms. Even small amounts of exercise, such as a short walk or stretching, can be beneficial. In addition to sleep and exercise, nutrition also plays a role in mental health. Eating a balanced diet with plenty of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains can help regulate mood and energy levels. Avoiding processed foods and sugar can also help reduce inflammation in the body, which has been linked to anxiety and depression. Relaxation techniques such as meditation, yoga, or deep breathing exercises can also be helpful in managing OCD symptoms. These practices can help reduce stress and promote a sense of calm and relaxation. Finding a relaxation technique that works for you and incorporating it into your daily routine can be a helpful tool in managing your symptoms. Remember that managing OCD symptoms is not just about using cognitive and behavioral techniques, but also about adopting a healthy lifestyle. Prioritizing sleep, exercise, and nutrition, as well as incorporating relaxation techniques into your daily routine, can all be helpful in managing your symptoms. By making these lifestyle changes, you can take a holistic approach to managing OCD and live a healthier, more fulfilling life. Just to conclude, remember that managing OCD may seem daunting, but with the right techniques and support, it is possible. Seek help from a professional, and don't hesitate to try different techniques to find what works best for you. If you found this video helpful, please share it with anyone who may benefit from it. Additionally, there are various resources available to help with OCD management, including support groups, online forums, or professional help. Remember, you are not alone in your struggle with OCD, and help is available. So take the first steps towards managing your symptoms and improving your quality of life. Also, if you're new to this channel, we strongly encourage you to subscribe and click the like button. That way, you can also keep up with all our most recent videos. See you in the next video.